Hello and welcome to this tutorial for LEGO Harry Potter Years 1 through 4. In this video we are doing the level 2-4 in any percent if you are playing on the original version of the game. Just as a note here, if you are playing on the 1 through 7 collection version of the game, then use the 1 through 7 collection video instead. This is only for if you're playing on the original version, which came out on kind of Wii and PC when the game was first released. So to start this, nice and simple, obviously you move with player 2. Player 2, just very simple movement to go into the door here, and basically this level comes down to Moaning Myrtle boss fight. So what we've got to do is pretty much the moment we spawn into the room, we have to make sure we are on Immobilis with both characters, both player 1 and, not Immobilis, Wingardium Leviosa, with both player 1 and player 2, because we've got to throw these objects that Myrtle throws at us, we've got to throw them back at her. So, by switching to Wingardium Leviosa, you can then throw the objects back. Most of the time this works. Unfortunately there, Ron put his wand away, which is really annoying timing. You can avoid that by like firing a shot with Ron to reset the wand timer, but then at the same time you've got to make sure that that shot doesn't interfere with when you're trying to use Wingardium Leviosa. But in this first phase, there's kind of no RNG to this, so you should always get 3 shots, and then you can shoot Myrtle. In this phase, this is where the RNG happens. So every now and then, Myrtle will shoot out a silver object. Like so. You can't use magic on that silver object. In this phase, every time she does it, it loses 5 seconds. So you want to get, obviously, as little silvers as possible, but it is random. All you can really do is position both characters where kind of I'm standing now, and just hope a bit. We are getting horrendous RNG this time. Okay, so we've got 2 left in this phase. Hopefully this last one comes a bit quicker. Okay, there we go. And in this phase, the silvers are even more likely, but in this phase they only lose 3 seconds rather than 5. And it looks like... okay, so we get a perfect phase there. And then obviously, once you've opened all the doors, shoot Myrtle. So you could kind of spam shoot with both players. Unfortunately, I actually missed it. But yeah, you could just spam shoot with both players there. Yeah, if you wait too long, then the doors will close. But yeah, now we can shoot. And then, as I'm playing on the no-cut version, I can just skip the cutscene there. Now, what we do here is kind of ridiculous that it actually works. Instead of playing through this entire section, like you're supposed to, we could just exit the level. And you notice now, we cannot walk back through this door at all. We can't go back through this door at all, and the ghost is pointing off to somewhere different. That is because the game thinks we have completed the level. So the game just completely thinks, okay, cool, we've completed the level, and then you could just make your way, kind of on your way to 2-5 now. This does, however, mean you haven't played the second half of the level, and actually I can show you this quickly. If we now exit to Leaky Cauldron, we cannot actually see the level. This was 2-4, it should appear on the board just here, but it isn't actually. Basically, this trick soft locks us out of 100%, but it does, it's faster for any percent. This is only possible on the original version of the game. You cannot do this on the collection version of the game, because they realized how dumb of a thing it is and actually fixed it. So yeah, that's all there is to the level 2-4 in any percent for the original version of the game. I will show it one more time, but going through it a little bit faster now. Okay, so doing this again, but a bit faster this time, obviously. Very simple, making our way with Ron over here. and going into the next room. So what I didn't get a chance to explain last time, but can explain this time, is this first phase is a little bit finicky. Basically, on each object, you can only have one player using magic. Unfortunately, I forgot to shoot with Ron there. You can only have one player using magic. If you use magic with 2 players, there's a chance Myrtle will shut the door before you get your hit in immediately. So it's always safer to use one player when you're using Wingardium Leviosa. Just across this entire thing. Because yeah, sometimes Myrtle can be a bit mean. But we're actually getting really good RNG this time. The moment I say that, of course, we get a bit bad RNG, but that's fine. And you see, the moment I kind of magic open one of the doors, or the last door, I can immediately start spamming attack. Also, where both players are standing is very important. Make sure they're kind of standing on the grate, but not in front. Because if they're in the wrong position, Myrtle will only throw silvers. So you kind of need to make sure they're positioned around here. Unfortunately, Myrtle will still throw silver sometimes, and there's not much you can do about it. But then we get the last one, and we could just spam shots at Myrtle. And then very simply just exit the level. And there we go, that is 2-4 on the original version of yeah, Harry Potter Years 1 through 4. So once again, not possible on the collection version. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.